How y'all doing?
How's it going? You know, technically you're the 12th house guest, but 13th
Because
elimination.
of the buyback.
There you go.
Yeah,
I thought you were
exactly.
going to catch me on that.
No,
I want to make sure.
I was studying. I was fully intending on being there to compete in the before and after challenge. So I'm actually quite shocked that I'm sitting here with you too.
I hear you, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now? The 5th person to the last.
Hey, you know, it worked out well for you.
Well, I guess so. I didn't win, but
No, but look at you now.
look at me now. 5th
I mean,
to last.
This could be the start of something beautiful.
Went out on the morph, the face morph.
Yeah.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
Exact same thing. We had to win that, otherwise we're going home.
Exactly.
My first time around, I did the same thing.
Yep.
So I feel your pain, brother.
I know.
I feel your pain,
I
but
mean-
you handle it very graciously, man.
I mean, honestly, I gotta say, I don't have regrets. Like, I had an amazing, amazing summer. I got to play a game that I love. I got to be on a TV show that I love, and I'm just looking at all the positives. Obviously, like looking back in retrospect on some of the minutia of my game.
Okay.
I would say that there are a few things I would have done differently, but ultimately, I don't regret anything, and I'm so blessed to be here.
I might pick one thing you might regret.
Oh no, is it the button? Is it the button?
HOH, the veto holder, to pressing that button,
It's the button.
Frankie.
The button is my clown shoe.
That's my second time on when I failed once again. Yeah, the clown shoe was my.
Boop.
That's it. So you press that button. Dude, how are you not? We're going to get into that later,
okay.
but I mean, we talked about it. How are you not going to press that button?
You have to press the button.
You know what I mean?
If there's a big button in the middle of a Big Brother house, you push it.
There's nothing else going on.
You just stare. What are we going to stare at it for like ever?
Do you know to not have everybody press that, how impressive that would be?
Oh no, it would
Actually,
have been
out.
ridiculous.
I mean, you guys held your own. You made it at least 45 seconds
I'm
without pressing that button. So it was amazing 45 seconds. I mean, you got to go there.
A very drama-filled 45 seconds.
Exactly.
I'd be like, are we going to press it right now? Or are we going to press it in 30 seconds?
Okay, fine. We all agree right now. 45 seconds.
Yay,
Let's press
pushed it. And then, doot, doot, countdown until Frankie's evicted.
All right, so that's maybe one thing not so
Might
much
come up.
regret.
Yeah.
Not so much regret.
I don't regret it.
Exactly.
I mean, I regret not winning in the rewind. Like,
Right.
that I regret, but
Right.
I don't regret
And we'll
pushing
go
that
back.
button. I
But-
was going to push that button.
Part of Team America
Yeah.
seemed like always the center of attention.
Oh, me? Are you kidding?
Show stealer right here. 89 days is now.
Yes, yeah.
So any highlights? Is there like one moment that sticks out in your head, or is it too crazy?
Oh, no, there's definitely some highlights. Obviously, Kathy Griffin walking to the house and me winning Zingba and her putting that veto around my neck was such a huge moment for me in terms of like just something that I was like, this is surreal. I can't believe.
Are you a fan of hers?
I love Kathy Griffin.
She was pretty good.
I mean,
she was real good.
I'm a YouTuber that is now on reality TV, and I'm a comedian, and I'm obviously like gay, and I love like gay rights and stuff, and she does all of those things.
Okay.
So clearly, I like admire her and respect her for everything that she does. So you know, obviously.
Was this your first time
She
meeting
probably,
her?
and I love the way she rakes people across the coals. Like I do. I
Dude,
think
she was right. I mean,
it's great. I'm a fan of that. She was
right, and she doesn't take herself too seriously, which is why I like her.
She's really smart, which
Yeah.
is why I like her. Well, what did you say?
Another highlight. Just that was
That
one
was a
highlight.
highlight.
Would you say that was a highlight of the whole season?
Definitely.
And I said, did you know her before?
Oh
But-
no, I saw her show on Broadway though.
Okay.
And she was great. She did a one-woman show on Broadway, and I was like, "You're great." No, I didn't know her personally before. But
All right. Well,
I do now. We're
threw it
best
out there.
friends.
BFFs forever.
BFFs. Kathy Griffin.
All right.
Tweet me. DM me.
So
I follow you.
that was your best maybe moment,
Yeah.
or thing that just pops out right now.
Yeah.
Could I go ahead and say maybe your hardest thing to do in the house was keeping that secret of your sister? Was that the hardest or no?
Yeah. That was all like, I kind of make that like a package. That's like the day 49 package, which was like me being on the block, alone, standing next to my best friend in the house who threw a competition to try and evict me while the entire house had turned against me. And then I came out with my big secret. So it's
Right.
like, that was just the quadruple whammy.
So, I mean, it was noticeable that it was like a weight off your shoulders, though.
Yes. Up to then, yeah, it was definitely weighing on me. Obviously, with the passing of my grandfather, I felt...
Again, my condolences.
Thank you. Obviously, I felt so cut off from my family, cut off from my life outside. Like, I could not believe the pain, the trauma, the turmoil that must have happened, because he was the patriarch of our family. Like Frank Grandy is like one of the most incredible men on the earth, and I knew that his loss was being felt so strongly by my family, and I just felt cut off from them. And I felt like I've been hiding something that I'm usually so proud of.
Right.
So like when I came out about it, it just really it helped me get to this point because it made me strong.
Right, and your family was very adamant about stay in there, Frankie. So I mean, I'm sure that was a hard decision for you, but they were very adamant about you
they didn't,
keeping in the game.
Luckily, they took the decision out of my hands.
Right.
They weren't like, if you decide to come home, these are the details. They were like, you're not coming home. So I was like, great.
Right.
Thank you.
I mean,
that
that was great of them. You know, I'm sure your grandfather. They actually said that's what he wanted.
Yeah, he wanted it. So I'm super happy that I did stay. That I made it this far. You know, like if I had.
I think that moment actually played like your back was against the wall. It seemed like at that point.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your sister. Kind of everyone was like, okay, not so much about you or back anymore. Tell me more about your sister.
Exactly.
So it was like a nice little trick, a nice little Houdini.
You know, honestly, I never even intended it to work. I mean, not that I didn't intend it, I never expected it to work the way that it did.
Right.
You know, like I wasn't
were just coming clean
this
at
is
that.
a
It was
master,
almost like,
yeah, exactly. I wasn't like, this is a master plan to get them to be just like, you know, to kind of like get me further in the game. It was more like, I have nothing left. There's nothing left for me to say or do.
So it was kind of like your coming clean moment if I'm out of here.
Exactly. And if it is going to, if I'm going to walk out of this house, I'm going to walk out Frankie J. Grande.
Right.
I'm not going to walk out like, you know, the Broadway chorus boy that I had told everybody that I was, which was part of my life, but there's been many steps that have happened
And it's
along
tough.
the
I
way.
mean, it's hard to keep a secret in a house. You know, like, so when people go on in the beginning and say, hey, you know, I'm going to pretend I'm a nurse, you know, that happened in seasons past. I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Why, how do you not talk about who you are? So it's very hard. I'd say that. So commendable for keeping that secret as long as you have. It's like,
and I
a big
talk
one
about my
at that.
sister all the
I
time
know.
because she's my best friend and because she's a superstar. Like everything that she does to me, like she was so young when I was born. I mean, I was old when she was born. So like basically I kind of raised her in a weird way. So I have like this weird, it's almost like paternal brotherly relationship with her because I have had
you were looking after her.
I raised the kid. I changed her diapers.
Let's get back to this superstar.
Oh, me.
Yeah. One more thing before we start getting into the last 2 weeks. I just want to touch on Zanky a little bit.
Yeah, Zanky.
You want to talk about Zanky a little
yes,
bit?
I do.
You guys seem to take quite a liking to each other, you and Zach.
Oh, I love him.
I
absolutely love the kid.
But I mean, and then it kind of came full circle. You were the one to kind of send him on his way.
Yeah, see, sometimes love's got to be tough.
Tough love. What was you kind of touched on earlier, what was the point where you're like, Zach, you got to go?
The point where Zach, I had to go. You know, honestly, I feel like when he just said that he could never trust me again, basically when he found out that I had been part of the plan to get him out of the house but then switched, he was never going to trust me ever again in this game. And he was going to continue to make erratic, irrational decisions, and I was going to continue to get thrown under the bus.
Right.
Every single time it would be Frankie's fault, Frankie's fault, Frankie's fault, because he did this to me 75 days ago. You're going to be the one that I evict from this house.
And you just didn't want to handle that.
Couldn't.
I mean, yeah, of course.
There was no way for me to get around that. Like I knew for a fact that he was going to hold that against me for the rest of the game. So what's my options? You got to go. Sorry.
Got to play your game, man. All right, let's go back 2 weeks now. HOH, veto holder. You guys press the button. You don't know what it means ultimately, but you still. It seemed like you kept your word. You weren't. You weren't gonna put one of those guys up. You were gonna stay loyal to Final Four.
I was.
Why? What was your thinking there? Why not take a shot at that point?
You know, I think it is just part of who I am as a person. Like I really had like an internal debate about it, about whether or not I felt like I should, you know, do the big move that we're talking about the whole game. And I thought, honestly, that the biggest move I could make was to prove to these guys that I was loyal. And to show them that moving forward, I am the person that got us here, so that I will be the person that you take moving forward.
Right.
Clearly, I was extremely naive, but that was my philosophy moving forward.
And it couldn't have happened at a better time that you didn't take that shot, because they rewound, and then in your mind you had to be thinking, I'm
golden.
Shot.
Exactly.
Right.
Could you imagine? Can you imagine if I did take the shot?
If you take a shot, then for sure.
And then
they rewind.
That would have been awful.
So you pressed the button. Did you guys have any idea what it meant, good or bad? Did you think it was going to play into the week? Was that maybe part of the reason why you didn't take a shot? What was the thinking in the house?
Honestly,
besides the 1,000,001 scenarios.
Yes, besides the diesel truck throwing in the center with the cash. Yeah, okay.
Just sidebar.
And the Hooters girls?
He's lost it, huh?
He's lost it.
He's lost.
He has no concept of reality at all.
It's funny to watch.
It's unbelievable.
And I have to mention it because I say it every single show. Day 40, you lose it. You guys are on day 89. It's lost.
Yeah,
it's
lost.
gone.
He has no idea.
Out there.
What if, Tim McGraw comes in and decides that he wants to do a duet with me and take me out
I think there wasn't our favorite celebrities are going to come in and we're all going to.
Oh, Channing Tatum and I are going to have a dance off. What if that's what the button means? And I was like,
he's
Caleb!
He's cracking up. And also, since we're on it, there was a scene of you. I'm jumping forward a little bit, but you're in the backyard. You're like, Caleb, what's the plan?
Yeah.
And he's just like, how hard is it to get information on Caleb? Not that difficult, huh?
Not hard at all. No, he just basically.
You guys were playing pool. There was a scene.
Yeah, and he was like, "This is what happened. I was gonna backdoor you, and decided not to."
And you kind of got wind of what was going on.
Yeah, I figured it all out.
But yeah, again, I don't want to jump ahead. Caleb you guys do the seed saw again.
Yeah.
You go into the week. You had to be confident because you were like, "Yeah, I won both of these things. I'm gonna be fine."
Yeah.
And then Caleb ends up winning.
Yep.
Were you nervous at that point?
No, I wasn't nervous at all because I was like, Caleb. I've had Caleb's back so many times in this game. I pulled him down off the block when he decided to throw a BOB, and I won it by myself. So clearly he owes me for that. I used the veto on him,
which was a huge turning point in the game.
Huge turning point in the game. I used the veto on him, and he clearly didn't feel the need to reciprocate any of those actions.
Okay,
but I thought he would.
Okay, so he puts you on the block. You're nominated against Victoria. Are you still thinking you're safe, or like, okay, I understand the philosophy of Cody was up there for 2 weeks and whatever they said.
No, as soon as my face came up, I knew I was the target.
Okay, I was wondering where the point was.
100%. As soon as my face came up, I was like, wow, I'm going home if I don't win this veto.
Okay, so.
And also when I saw them studying that wall, like it was like the most ridiculous important thing to their lives. I was like, why do you care so much?
You took a pita bread and cut out the.
I mean, I was trying. I was trying things. I don't know. I feel like
that's actually a good strategy.
I can't. I'm very smart. Like I can do all of these things, but I guess in the end, like it was just. I got psyched out, man.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get at. So you already won the first one, so
Correct.
You know what's coming, which is a huge advantage of Big Brother because that never happens.
Yes, but everyone knew what was coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you won. So what I'm getting at is I understand this moment for you. They separate you. They put you in your own rooms, and for me, I was climbing the walls, for the anticipation.
Yeah.
If I just would have did it, I think I would have did a lot better. I totally psyched myself out, like you said. I went out there, I couldn't focus on what was what. I'm like, this is do or die. So were you in that exact predicament?
Exact same predicament, only I knew the time to beat.
Oh, which was even worse.
Destroyed me.
Right.
Because I was like, okay, I finished in 5:55. Like that is a great time. I feel like if somebody comes out, and there's 7 characters now, so I'm like, I'm probably gonna walk out there and see maybe a time around mine, which means I could probably beat them. I walk out, I saw a time that was over half less than what I did the first time.
Right.
And I was like,
so all those things, it's hard to focus on every. So I totally feel your pain in that instance. And I mean, obviously, when I lost, I knew I was gone.
Yeah.
And were you thinking the same thing? Like,
I
lost, I'm out the door. And I kind of left. Well, I left graciously the first time around.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So you kind of went the same way.
Yeah, I did. And but move well done. I was a hat off. Hat off to you, Cody, for beasting me in that, going from 12 minutes to 2. Right. Well done.
So did you agree there was a scene when Caleb, Cody, and Derek are talking, and the reasoning for you leaving is, listen, none of us could beat you in the final 2. Did you think that? Do you find that to be true?
Yeah, I do. I think that I would have probably been able to convince everybody that I should win in the end.
Okay.
Because I have won more competitions than everybody else, and. I may, whether or not I've played the most stand-up game, I don't really know, but I think I've played the best game.
Well, it's Big Brother. You can play however you want.
Exactly, and that's the problem. I could have played a little bit more dirty, but I chose not to, and ultimately I don't regret that because it's not really who I am as a person. I mean, I guess now going back, if I could go back, like for All-Stars, I would definitely do things differently.
Like, what do you mean?
I would definitely I put Team America above me. Once I found out about Team America, Derek and Donnie were more important to me than any alliances that I had made. I trusted Derek with all of my heart and soul, which was obviously a huge mistake. And I tried to save Donnie more than I tried to save myself in the game. Like, I was more worried about getting other people on the block next to Donnie so Donnie didn't go home than thinking about me and what am I actually doing. So I feel like that taught me a lesson, which is like, you can't really play for everybody else. And Derek learned that. Derek learned that because he was like, no, we're voting Donnie out. And I was like, okay. And as soon as he did that, I was like, he's going to vote me out too. Gotcha.
Okay, so if you would have made it past this week, Victoria goes home, Final Four, how do you see that playing out?
I think in that situation, I do think it would have been me, Derek, and Caleb in the end if Cody wasn't HOH. If Cody won HOH, probably would have gone. I probably would have been the target, let's put it that way.
Okay, so you don't see yourself going all the way through and
if Cody was HOH, I think that he would not have taken me. He would have tried to get me out of the house. I don't know if he'd be able to. That's the thing. If the challenges were different, I might have won the veto.
Okay,
you know, it's
right,
possible.
exactly. I mean,
you
it's
know,
so...
let's put it this way. Nobody wanted to go to the final two with me. I knew that. I knew that I had to win. Moving forward, pretty much from the day that I came out about who I truly was, who my sister is, all of that kind of put a gigantic target on my back that I would never recover from unless someone bigger than me was in the house. At a certain point, basically when Christine was evicted, there was no bigger target than me in the house.
And you always... I mean, the philosophy is you always had to keep a bigger target than yourself.
Target in the front.
Right.
Thank you, Rachel Wiley. But I didn't manage to do that all the way to the end. There was just no way to convince anyone else that Caleb was a bigger target than me. I thought that was going to be the case, but eventually they were like, but is he?
Right. So now down to the Final Four.
Yeah.
In your mind, you just come out of there.
Yeah.
Come out of there.
Come out of there.
You just came out. You just came out
of
there.
there.
You came out of there.
Hey, how you doing?
Who do you see? How do you see this shaking out in your eyes?
I see Caleb being the next target. I think that Caleb may be evicted before Victoria.
Really?
If everything I see goes to plan. I think that Derek is the biggest person to watch out for. I think Derek has played a wonderful game. He's been very subtle and manipulative. He certainly flipped the script on me in a subtle back way. You know, like he definitely was, I think, the instrument that flipped Caleb against me. And is the reason why I ended up on the block, and ultimately the reason why I ended up going home, which I think is brilliant of him. And I hope that he continues to intend to do that with the other two boys.
Any scenario where Victoria wins this thing?
No. No. I think that she might sit in the end.
That was my other. There is a strong possibility that she might get to the end.
Strong possibility that she will
would you
sit
take
in
her
that
to
final
the
two.
end?
I would not have taken her to the end.
You wouldn't?
I would have taken Derek.
Would you think it would be an easy win?
Yes, I do, but I think that...
But you would have stayed more loyal?
Yes, I would have. I know, boo-hoo.
Frankie.
I know. I would have taken Derek because of Team America. I would have. I really do think Team America was such a blessing, but at the same time it was such a curse because I do think that it completely shifted my entire focus in the game. I was like, okay, I must get Derek to the end. That's what America wants me to do. I'm an American. Go. Like was what I was thinking.
Go. So you did.
I did go.
You did go. Graciously.
Right out of the house.
You blew up the spot, Frankie.
Yeah.
I don't know, when camera's rolling and you have to talk, you take advantage. You're not very good with the cameras, are you?
I hate them.
You hate them.
I hate them. Oh my God, no. Oh,
and you know what else I was really shocked about, Frankie? When you went out there, you didn't seem happy at all to see Julie Chen.
I love her. I love Julie. It's like when I saw you. I love you too. It's like I love this show. So it was magical.
You took advantage of that moment.
Oh my God, it was magical. I adore Julie Chen. So I've dreamt about my one-on-one would be with Julie. I have no idea what I actually said. It was such a blur.
It's that kind of moment.
Oh my God,
I know,
I had no idea what I said. She was asking me questions and I was like just speaking. I don't even know if I said anything intelligible.
Let's put it this way, you were fabulous.
I had fun.
Yeah, you blew up the spot and it was great. And she liked it, everyone liked it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good. So my last question for you, and then we'll start doing some other things.
Okay.
Who are you looking forward most to seeing in the jury house?
Zach, of course. Reuniting Team Zanky.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no,
Zanky
shall be reunited in the jury house. Obviously, you know, I don't regret sending him home. I regret that I had to. Let's put it that way.
Right. That's a good.
He was my rock. He was the person that made me happy in the house. And when he left, I kind of slowly became less happy. I found less joy of being in the house. You know, I enjoyed cleaning up after Zach. He was such a disaster.
Wow,
I
well.
enjoyed all of that, the challenge of having him in the
having
house.
that.
I really did. But,
Well, you two were fun to watch.
oh my God, I had a blast with him.
Well, I'm sure there's gonna be some stories coming from the jury house.
Oh, I'm sure there
But
will be many.
It's day 89.
Yeah.
Do you remember meeting me
Yes!
3 months ago?
Of course, I freaked out. I screamed at you.
All right,
I think I
you-
scared you. Did I scare you?
No, not at all, man. You were awesome. You were awesome then. You're awesome now. It seemed like you didn't change at all.
Oh,
I mean,
thanks.
I'm talking to the same guy.
Yeah.
But let's see how you changed. We did something called time capsule.
No way!
Remember? And you left a message for yourself.
Oh my God, no way, my hair.
It's different. Let's roll it and check it out.
Frankie, what's up? We did it. I cannot believe that you were managed to control yourself enough not to get everybody in the house hate you on day one, that you managed to escape the first eviction, that nobody recognized you, and that if they did recognize you, that you calmed them down, you made them think that you weren't a threat, but then you busted out the big guns and you won everything, and I'm so proud of you, and so is he.
I'm super proud.
That was pretty good!
Dude, you were pretty much right on.
That was pretty dead on!
Yeah, without the 500K.
Well, I didn't say that.
Well, I mean, that was ultimately the goal, right?
Yeah, but I didn't say that I was gonna win.
But you were on, man. I'm telling you, you were right on. You were right on.
I know. I mean, ultimately, like, this game is so much bigger than being the one person that
Right.
won, you
I
know?
mean, so many different things could come from
So many
anything.
different
And, I mean,
levels.
not even come from it. The experience itself.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
exactly. And also, like, I'm just, I'm happy. I get to raise awareness for my charity, Build On, which is like what any earnings that I get from Team America. I don't know if I won yet, but I hope I did, is going to go to Build On, and hopefully I'm going to get to build some schools around the world for some kids that don't have access to education.
Okay, I know we're gonna take some see what's going on in social media
Oh, sweet.
world now, and I think that was one of the questions,
Oh,
but
cool.
we'll get to that. We'll take the first one here. Virgo the Bear asks,
What up, Virgo?
What's up, Virgo? The
What
only
up?
thing that Frankie is guilty of is being a fierce player. What do you think was your best move?
Oof, my goodness, I had so many.
You and Virgo.
Hey Virgo, what's up? What's up? Let's see, what was my best move in the game? I would say probably, I don't know. Which is my best move? Jeff, help me. I made so many.
Like we talked about it earlier,
I
the
think
competition where you won by yourself was kind of your
most
back was against the
impressive
wall,
move.
and
Yeah.
it was the changing point. Everything was coming down on you,
Yeah.
and at that point is really when I'm like, man, Frankie has a good. Because when dynamic things like that happen in a game,
Yeah.
and when you're dead to rights and you escape that, that was
Yeah.
a turning point. So it's like I thought you really had what it took to go on, and you still do. It's just.
I
things
think,
play out like that.
Yes, exactly. I think of all of Day 50's events, coming back, pulling myself down off the block, managing to convince everyone in my alliance that I'm once again trustworthy and that there's nothing to worry about, all in one day. That was definitely it.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah,
But you were
that's smart. No, it's good. Thank you.
All right.
It's very overwhelming.
Virgo wasn't really Frankie. It was
No,
me.
no, it was. It's very overwhelming. I just got out.
Let's take another one. JK PPC wants to know, overall, Frankie has played an amazing season, winning comps, social games, and alliances, everything BB has to offer. How do you think you played the game?
I couldn't agree more, JK PPCP.
Very modest.
I'm actually
From beginning to end.
Yeah, I'm extremely, extremely proud of the game that I played. I'm extremely proud of my 9 competition wins and getting as far as I did. I knew walking into this house
crush those comps, man.
that oh god, I had so much fun. I loved them.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh my god, it was so cool. But I knew I was going to be a big target coming in. I knew that once people figured that out, they'd try to get me out. They figured it out on day 49, and I'm here on day 89. So I must have done something right.
Yeah, props, because that is a long time, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Josh wants to know, can you tell us more about the charity you're playing for?
Sure, I'll just give a quick, so basically Build On, what we do is I work with kids in the United States who are in, public schools or in challenging situations, and we take them with us to go build schools overseas for kids who do not have any sort of access to education. And basically it kind of enforces within the kids that come from the US, the value of education. They come back, they share the message, they raise more money, we go build more schools, and it just continues to go. And it's amazing to see how much one school can change the lives of hundreds of kids in an area like Malawi, Mali, Haiti, where we go. Yeah. It's awesome. Amazing organization. Build On. I love you guys. Thank you for. They gave me the Global Impact Award before I got in here, which was a huge honor. So I'm very pleased to have done at least hopefully something for them.
Well, that's great. So life goes on for Frankie.
Yo,
Grande.
duh.
This isn't the last we're going to see of
No,
Frankie
this is
by
the
any means.
beginning of my life. Are you serious?
And it's good. I mean, you get this exposure, which is ultimately going to help your charity.
Yes,
in
exactly.
different ways.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Celebrity
that's
Apprentice,
definitely-
call me next.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wrong network, buddy. Forget it.
I mean, I'm just kidding. I mean, Amazing Race and Survivor, call me next.
There you go.
Which is true.
There you go. So,
I want it.
Zanky for Amazing Race?
Oh, yeah, thank you for Amazing Race.
I don't know.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Sue wants to know, you kept mentioning your life accomplishments to Caleb, which you kind of talked about. Share a few. What are your favorites besides your charities?
Well, besides the Global Impact Award, that was a huge one. Obviously, being on Broadway is an amazing accomplishment.
Very cool.
That I have also, like, again, like I founded my own charity in Africa, and I've worked at Broadway in South Africa. That was a huge thing that I got to
Broadway
do
in
in my
South
life.
Africa?
Yeah, Broadway in South Africa was the first charity that I founded personally, and I went to teach a performing arts education curriculum to kids in the townships of South Africa, and then that dissolved, and that's when I found Build On. But I started the charity of Broadway in South Africa, which is like so cool. Of course, Broadway, and I'm super proud of all the things that I've done on YouTube and like the platform that I've created for myself and who I have grown up to be. It's been a long road to get here, and I'm pretty happy with what you see.
Bigger and better things to come.
Grande.
Man.
Also,
Team
hey,
Grande.
definitely helped a little sister become a big star. So that's
you'll-
something that I'm definitely proud
You'll
of.
see when you get out of here if she's made it or not.
Okay, we'll see.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for your sister. Ramon wants to know, imagine if there was no BB rewind button. What do you think would still be, do you think you'd still be in the game? How do you think it would have played out?
I think
we kind of touched on that.
If it weren't for that button, I might have won the game.
You do, huh? So
I do. I think I
it's a matter of winning just
it would have been the final four, and then I would only have to have one veto and one of
this
those
next veto
final
is
HOHs.
huge.
Yeah, exactly. That final four veto could have been mine, and then I think it would have been.
Then it's just competitions
Yeah.
and winning out.
Yep. And honestly,
Don't beat yourself up because you know you could play it over and over.
And if it was me, Caleb, and Cody there, and Derek won HOH, I think that me, Caleb, and Cody are all equally threatening to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm much bigger, much more of a threat to him winning the money. And I feel like I could convince them of that. But however, with Victoria sitting in the house, there's no way to convince anyone that she's a bigger threat.
Exactly.
Because she doesn't even know she's there. You know?
I've been watching.
Yes, okay. That's all I can say about that.
Jules wants to know, who was your favorite guy in the house? Because there was definitely some cuties in there. This is a good question.
Yeah, it definitely is. It was Jeff when he came in.
That was an answer I was not even expecting, but I love it.
I definitely, my heart only beats for Zach. I love Zach.
Wow.
I
that
do.
Was a good
I
answer
love
too.
Zach. It's true. It's true. If he were to come out of the closet, I wouldn't say no.
We'll see what happens in jury. I'm not saying one thing will happen either way.
It might happen.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
jury's coming. There's definitely a friendship blossom there.
that's true.
And
I mean,
hopefully you guys continue that friendship
a
forever.
bromance, a romance, whatever's in store, definitely Zach.
Right. Let's not put labels on anything.
Yeah,
So I don't
come on.
jump to any conclusions.
It's too many things.
Too many things going on.
Labels,
He just got out of the house. Let's give him a chance to breathe
Give me
here.
a second. It's very warm in the studio, isn't it?
It is. Last question here. Nat wants to know, what's it like having Victoria still in the house and you sitting here with me? Any chance she has a shot of going to the final two?
Obviously, I would rather be nowhere else but sitting next to you, Jeff.
This guy has the best answers,
I love
I swear.
him. But honestly, I'm totally at peace with Victoria being into the house because she is a smart player to have there strategy-wise because she can be beaten time after time again. And honestly, I have to say, I have to give Victoria a little bit of props because the girl has sat on the block 8 times and she has not lost her mind yet. We've all seen that when I sit on the block, I don't do very well. It only happened twice, and I basically
maybe that's just it. Maybe she's like, I'm never going home.
Yeah, because she's just going to sit on the block looking, good and kind of just chilling. So the mental strain of being on the block, honestly, I never expected it. It's awful.
It's
awful.
terrible.
And luckily, I didn't have to feel it until day 87.
And especially this late in the game.
Yeah, exactly. But she's done it 8 times, and I'm sure she'll do it 9. And
but she couldn't be more sweeter in person.
No, she's
like when I met her, she was sweet. When I went back in, I just want to thank you guys real quick. Like everyone, when we went back in to do our thing, you guys were like over the top, gracious, and super nice. So thank you from me and Jordan. I'll thank each of you guys, but thank you for that.
Thank you for having us be a part of your special day.
Well, thank you. We're gonna get off that.
This
is your day. We're gonna get back to you. We're gonna get back to you.
To me.
We don't want to leave you.
I do love talking about other people, don't I?
No,
I'm so.
well, I'm gonna keep it on
gracious.
you. I'm gonna keep it on you.
I'm not. You know. What's that called? I'm so humble.
Humble. Okay.
Modest. That's it.
You want to talk about you again or
yeah,
what?
Let's
get
go back
to Frankie.
Let's go back.
You won a lot of competitions.
Oh,
You took
I
home
did.
some cash.
I did.
But I want to give you a gift.
Well,
from
I don't know
us
how
here.
much. What?
I got a present for you.
What?
Because you know you can't take certain things out of the house.
Right.
But we're going to give you something here, your very own.
Woo!
What about that reaction? He's pretty excited.
Oh my goodness!
That's your very own, buddy.
Thank you. Do I get 5?
No, but you can tell, where could you get this? At cbsstore.com.
Oh, you can get this at cbsstore.com.
Get your own. There's dartboards on there, all sorts of swag.
Oh, is that why we played that
koozies.
dartboard?
There's all sorts of stuff. cbsstore.com. Look on there. Great presents.
Oh my God.
But that one's for you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. And I really don't want you to give one to anyone else because I won the most HOHs.
Well, we'll see, man. We'll see.
All right, I'll find out.
It's not the last of you, Frankie.
Oh
Thank
my
you so
God,
much. You
thank
played
you so much,
excellent,
Jeff.
excellent
You're
season.
Awesome. Oh, you're the man. This is so cool.
That was definitely my first hug, though, because I didn't know if I could go that far.
Oh,
but thank you. We're going to see you again very soon on finale night.
All-Stars?
Julie Chen already let that out of bag.
Oh, that.
So we'll see you back here on finale night. You're still part of this game, Frankie. You got some thinking to do.
I do.
On who you want to win.
A lot of decisions to be made.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. As always, watch Big Brother this week. We'll be back here Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 Pacific, with the latest Evicted Housecast. Have a good one, everybody.
Yeah, love you guys.
That was kind of weird.